So this is my review of the Husqvarna electric mower. I haven't seen many reviews of this mower online, so I figured I would do one. This review is not very scientific, but I let my grass grow to somewhere between 5 and 7 inches. You can see I don't have a huge yard, got a bit of a small backyard there, and then I do cut outside the fence, and there's a little bit of grass in front of the house as well. The mower comes with 2 batteries, and these are 7.5 amp hour batteries each. You can run it on just one battery, but it does run better with 2. It runs on both of them at the same time instead of just running one battery out and then the second one. To start the mower, all you have to do is press the power button, wait a second, and then when you pull down the handle, you press the start button, and that's all it takes to start it. It's very easy to do. You have 3 different settings for how the mower is going to operate. The first one is a sensing setting, the second one is for mulching, and the third one is just turn it on 100% the whole time. The mower I got does have a self-driving feature, and I have been using that quite a bit. And honestly, for this test, I used the self-driving and the mulching pretty much the whole time just to see what it could handle. Now, I did forget to put the plug in the back of the mower for the mulching setting. So here I'll show you how to insert that. It's actually quite easy. And you can see if you don't use it, then the grass builds up back here really bad, and it doesn't do a good job mulching either. So all you have to do is slide that mulching plug right in there, and you can see that tab fits within the other tab, drop down the back, and that's it. It's ready to go. You can see there's a lot less spray out the back of the mower now too. This mower does do a good job cutting on the mulching setting. I have the speed set just to about the middle speed, not the fastest, not the slowest, just a decent walking speed. And the grass is pretty thick, so I didn't want to go too fast. Obviously the blades are new on this mower, but it does cut the grass quite well. I've been impressed with that. And you can see as it's mulched, the grass is fairly fine, and so you don't end up with a big hayfield when you're done your lawn, especially if the grass is a bit longer. Now I'm going to be switching over to the chute that just shoots the grass out the back. This is what I would use most often, and there are a couple of issues with it. One pretty big one, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. Again, just like the mulching plug, the chute is really easy to put into the back of the mower. You just lift up the back of the mower, and there's tabs, one on the left and one on the right. And there are 2 tabs that stick out of the chute, and those just slot right down there in those slots. Drop down the back, and that's all there is to it. The mower does a decent job at throwing the grass out the side. Our old Husqvarna mower used to throw the grass out the right side, but this one throws it out the left, so that took a little bit of getting used to for me. And you can see it's doing a good job cutting the grass. I honestly don't care whether I shoot the clippings into the tall grass or the short grass. It doesn't really matter because the mower can handle it just fine. In terms of volume, I'd say this mower is probably a little bit quieter than the gas one that we had previously, which was also a Husqvarna. I'd say it's loud enough that you probably want to throw in some earplugs. Now, one really handy thing is how to change the deck height. We have some rougher terrain next to our deck, between the deck and the garden there, and so it's really easy just to reach over, change the deck height with that lever on the right hand side, and then you can also lower the handlebars to a different height so they'll fit under the deck. It also is handy to change the height if you're a shorter person to whatever height is best for you. And here, when I'm done cutting under the deck, I just change the height back to the normal cutting height that I want, and carry on with my cutting. Here's a closer view of how to change the cutting height. It's really easy. You can do it with one hand. In fact, I can keep the mower running and just change the cutting height on the fly like that. So far with what we've cut, you can see we're at full batteries for each battery so far. When you're all done cutting, this mower is super easy to clean. You can just stand it up on its back end, and I'm just using a stick to take off some of the clippings. Probably end up getting a brush at some point because that would be a lot easier to clean that way. The mower is quite easy to store as well, doesn't take up a lot of space. If you want to, you can put the handlebars down and then you can just stand up the mower so that it's standing on its back end again and lean it against a wall. Here's the battery charger. You just plug it into the wall. If you're in a garage, the battery charger is wall mountable, which would make it quite a bit easier to use actually and keep it in one location. And the battery just slides in place like that with a nice click. I would say from fully depleted, it probably takes the batteries about 45 minutes to charge. Here you can see that the new battery on the left is taller than the one on the right. So if you have other tools by Husqvarna, the new battery might not fit in them. It just depends on the specific tool itself. Here's some more of the grass that I've cut outside the fence. And I did all of this on the mulching setting just to see how the batteries would handle it. There was one bar left on each battery when I was done, which I thought was pretty decent. And you can see here, this is the area of the grass that I have to cut. It's just under 1/5 of an acre. And when I was all done, I had one light on each battery that was left. By far the biggest downside to this mower is how the chute connects to the back of the mower. So you see those two tabs on the mower itself, and the chute kind of slots down into those tabs. Well, when you drop the back cover of the mower down, it pushes more on the left side because there's nothing on the right side of the chute to push onto. So what ends up happening as you go over lots of bumps is the tab on the chute starts popping up and comes loose and comes out of the slot that it's in on the right-hand side. So you really got to be careful and kind of keep an eye out to see if the chute is coming loose in the mower. But besides that, I think it's a great mower. I'd rate it 8.5 out of 10 or so. And so hopefully this review was a little bit helpful for you. Feel free to leave any questions that you have down in the comments below. Thanks.